Hi guys, this is Paul, KA7APR. I don't know where you're at, but where I'm at, it is fall and really pretty, but it's starting to get cold outside. So, anyway, I am excited to share with you what I got going on. It's been a while since I created a video. One of my favorite antennas is the Pota Performer by KJ6ER. Greg, what a great guy. He has shared with us a really cool antenna. It's portable, it's really performs really well, and I love it. But recently he shared with me some videos I want to share with you, and also his new update to his Pota Performer. All right, guys, this is Paul, KA7APR. Welcome to my garage. I don't know what your garage looks like, but mine's pretty junky right now. Anyway, yeah, my favorite antenna is this Pota Performer. What a cool antenna. It's just great. Greg, KJ6ER, he has created such a cool antenna. And by the way, if I were you, send Greg an email at newsletter@kj6er.net. Get on his email list. Yeah, he's continuing to make some really cool antennas. And the Pota Performer by far is one of my favorite antennas. It uses a whip and a trucker's CB antenna mount and then the radials. And yeah, this is just such a cool antenna, and I have had a lot of fun working with this antenna. Well, Greg, if you get on his list, I recently got an update, an email from him, and he has a new antenna. It's called the 2-element Parasitic Performer Array antenna system by KJ6ER. And this antenna, it's a parasitic array. In other words, there's two radials, two whip antennas. And there's the radiating, the regular one, the Pota Performer, but there's another whip in front of it, and it acts as a director. And boy, the radiating power, it's just great. What attracted me to this, and what I really want to try it, and I built this antenna already, I'll show it to you in a minute, is right here, 3.1 dB of gain. Remember, anytime you see a 3 dB of gain, it's like you're doubling your power. So take a 100-watt radio, you're making it a 200-watt radio. It's just really cool what Greg has done. Well, he he has all these descriptions for you, but he has a really fun thing in the back, and he calls it for the, for the really adventurous. He says deploying a 3-element parasitic performer array. And I consider myself adventurous. I'll try it. You get a little bit more, and instead of just regular the radiating and the director, so here's the regular 2, put another one behind it, and this acts as a reflector, so you get even a little bit more. So of course, I had to try it. Okay guys, so here's my take on Greg's antenna. I have my 3 whips. I'll talk about those in a minute. I took his antenna suggestion. I just used PVC pipe, but I really like to use these little I don't know, they're called just Carhartt lunchbox bags. Everything goes in one, and it's easy to transport. But I made these little I'll call it a collapsible. I don't use a tripod. I used to use these, and that way when I'm out in the field, that all fits in the bag, and I can just thread it. This is 3/4 inch, 40 schedule 40 PVC pipe with those, and that's what I use. I just put it all in that bag. I took a regular stake, and I put I threaded it on one side, and so it's really easy for me to just take this off, and yeah, threaded it, and it just collapses down and all the same size. That's my antenna. The cool thing about my antenna is I made these the radials, and I also use these Wago connectors. You'll see that in my other video, and this just makes it super convenient. You do need a choke. So let's talk about chokes for a minute. You can go to hamradio.com and buy a choke, okay, $56.95. Or if you like me and you just want to build it yourself, get a toroid, wrap it yourself, put some ends on it. I probably have 25 bucks into that. So I make those all the time. So that is what I put on my antenna, my choke, and then my regular CB Truckers antenna mount. That's it. And regular coax. I don't use really fancy coax. I probably should, but I make sure all my coax is the same. And I just use RG8X, and that's my coax. One other thing. You can go to Amazon.com. I like to tell people about where you can get stuff that I make. And you can buy those CB antenna mounts. It's just $25 or $12, excuse me, $12.40. Not too expensive. But the whips, I have 3 different kinds of whips. And the reason for that is that's just what I have. My most recent purchase is this, my favorite one, the Chameleon antenna. You could buy it at hamradio.com or Gigaparts. It's the Chameleon CHA SS25. Go ahead and Google that or go to Ham Radio and you'll find that. But that's $100. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to go over to this one, my recent purchase. This is a cheapo one I got off Amazon. And yeah, it's an 18.5 foot whip. The whip is cheap. It's only $18, but you have to buy this adapter, this little adapter, because it's an M10 threaded, and you want to get that to 3/8 24. And so buy this little adapter, and that's the $12.99. But still, that's only $31 for that. We're going to see that in my Pota. But for years, I have had this antenna, and I bought this, I don't know how long ago, but look how long it is. It's cheaper. I bought it at hamradio.com, and it's $65. So, you know, you pick 31, 65, or 100. We're going to try all 3 of them to see which ones. But with those 3 whips, we're going to build the array, the parasitic array with those 3. So, hi guys, this is KA7APR. My name is Paul. I've been told to call myself Pota Paul from now on. But we are out at Scootney Reservoir and we are testing a whole bunch of antennas. This has been a blast. I want to share with you what we have so far. We're going to do an ABC antenna test. The first antenna that we have is the regular Pota Performer right here. And that goes up, and this is Craig's antenna. Say hi, Craig.
Glad to be here.
What's your call sign?
N7MHE.
N7MHE. And this is Carrie. Carrie, tell us your call sign.
KM7BQO.
KM7BQO. Great. So that's what we have. That's going to be our B antenna. Over here, we're going to do a little comparison. We have the good old antenna, the Pactana antenna, and it's going to be draped up across there. That's going to be the C antenna. Our A antenna, this has been interesting. Greg, KJ6ER, Greg is so awesome. He sent me out some new forms and new antennas, and some of it honestly was over my head, but we're testing it, and this is what we've come up with. So he says for the adventurous ones, right, he has the parasitic array, and so this is my Pota Performer right there, and then the director in front and a reflector in the back.
Get a shot from the sides.
Yeah. So I have 3 basically antennas. This is really acting like a Yagi antenna. Yeah, but it's vertical. And so if I come over here, I want to show you what this looks like from the side. It's pretty cool. And you can definitely tell what Greg has done. He has made, because it's a parasitic array, you have 3 antennas, okay? 3 whips, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 in the back. And what he's done is the back one is a little bit longer and the one in the front is a little bit shorter. This is the direction. It's going to go that direction, and getting 3 dB of gain. Remember, what happens when we get 3 dB of gain? We're doubling our power. So we're going to do a Pota activation and we're going to test this thing out. Back to you. Okay, I got to show you one other thing on this is look at the SWR. Now remember, we got the reflector longer in the back and we got the director shorter in the front. Everything radiates off the middle one, and we are just kicking butt with this antenna. So let's test it out. Well, hi guys. Unfortunately, yeah, we got rained out. You can have a lot of fun, but you can't control the weather. We'll do it again next time. Thanks again. Have a great day. This is KA7 APR Claire.